Betts and David Price, both to the Dodgers as part of a 3-team deal. According to our Jeff Passan and The Athletic, the full trade looks like this. The Dodgers get Betts, they get Price, they get cash. In turn, Boston gets Alex Verdugo from the Dodgers and a pitching prospect from Minnesota. The Twins get Kenta Maeda from the Dodgers. In a separate move, the Dodgers also moved Jock Peterson to the Angels. Will this all result in the Blue winning their first World Series in over 30 years? That's the question. For the answer, let's bring in Mark Teixeira with much more on the deal. All right, this happens last night, Tex. What was your initial reaction?
Well, this is a bold move by the Dodgers, and what it shows me is the Dodgers were tired of coming up short in October. The last 3 years have been heartbreaking for Dodgers fans, and give the front office and ownership credit. They went out and got their guy. They missed out on Garrett Cole earlier this offseason. They go out and get Mookie Betts, who is a top 5 player in baseball, and let's not sleep on David Price. David Price has shown that he can win big games in October. This is an incredible move for the Dodgers, and it puts them at the top of the National League.
Yeah, you know, and one thing I saw in your notes that I'd love you to share is that those guys are going to like it. The pressure involved in playing in Boston, it is such a pressure cooker. Going out to L.A., even with the expectations being what they are, should actually work in their favor.
It should. I expect both of these guys to actually play better in L.A. And that's nothing against Boston, but Boston is a tough place to play, especially you have bad weather early in the season. You have very tough fans. You're playing against the Yankees and the Rays, which are really tough division opponents. They're going to go into the NL West, and they're going to dominate that division in 72-degree weather every single day with great fans. You know, the L.A. lifestyle, I think Betts and Price are both going to thrive.
All right, so Yankees-Dodgers is the most common World Series matchup in the history of the sport. They've met 11 times, and right now they clearly feel like prohibitive favorites. Let's talk about the Red Sox. What does this deal say about them moving forward?
Well, the fans obviously don't like this, but that being said, I think the Red Sox really looked at the Yankees and the Rays and said, you know what? We're the third best team in this division with Mookie Betts and David Price. So let me take $60 million off the payroll. Let me get a little bit of financial flexibility for the future, and let me rebuild. And I know fans don't like this, but listen, 2018, the Red Sox went all in. They went out and got Price a few years earlier. They went out and got J.D. Martinez. They traded for Chris Sale. They made their moves. They spent a whole bunch of money. It got the Red Sox and their fans a World Series in 2018. Fans, enjoy that one. It's going to be a few more years.
This was not a day that the Boston Red Sox wanted to happen, but they understood that Mookie Betts is heading into free agency in this offseason. If he left before they dealt him, they weren't going to get anything in return. Getting Alex Verdugo, a guy who they have under control for 5 years, was a big deal. Brusdar Graterol, if he can stay healthy, has top of the rotation potential. Worst case scenario, he's going to be a back-end bullpen closer type guy. But dealing Mookie Betts and David Price really was a financial consideration for the Red Sox. They wanted to dip beneath the $208 million luxury tax threshold, reset their number there, and head forward. Ultimately, Greeny, the Red Sox want to be the Dodgers. The Dodgers had financial flexibility, they had a farm system and depth that allowed them to get this deal done, and ultimately, after a 106-win season, they're adding one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah, I want to go quickly back to Boston. I'll get you to L.A. in a second, but I was working in Chicago, and they made a trade that fans there still refer to as the white flag trade with the White Sox. Is this something akin to that, at least in the short term, in Boston?
Yeah, it is. And it's a lot like, you know, Buster Olney wrote this today, it's a lot like when the New York Yankees a couple years ago went and traded Aroldis Chapman and got Gleyber Torres. Now, a little different because the Yankees were able to continue contending, whereas the Red Sox understand right now, the Yankees are the best team in the American League East, and the Tampa Bay Rays are also better positioned than the Red Sox right now. So this is just the beginning of something that's going to be more like a 5-year plan. And when you see what the Dodgers have done, it's incredibly impressive, and it's a difficult thing to replicate when you're in the American League East and you've got the competition that the Red Sox do.
And then, so then quickly, let's go to the Dodgers side of this. They've been awfully close in recent years, and they're cranky about it with all the stuff that happened with the Astros in the World Series, and we all understand that. So how would you describe what this makes them right now in the National League?
This makes them scary. This makes them even more formidable than they already are. And this doesn't really make them all that much closer to a World Series because, honestly, they were there already. But when you can go into October with Mookie Betts at the top of your lineup, with Cody Bellinger in the middle of it, and Justin Turner and Max Muncy. I mean, they've got 7 All-Stars in their opening day lineup, and the 2 guys who aren't, Gavin Lux and Will Smith, are 2 of the best young players in baseball. The Dodgers feel good about themselves, but look, they also felt good about themselves last year when they lost to the Washington Nationals. October is a completely different beast, and all they're hoping for at this point is that Mookie Betts can be the guy who pushes them over the top and gives them their first championship in 32 years.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.